that we make, it's the people that we make, it's the patriotism that we have. It's the opportunity that they can get. One of the biggest opportunities is a chance at real freedom. People can laugh and say whatever they want, but the reality is, compared to any other country that I've lived in, that I've seen, that I've studied, we're the freest one around. Do we have our issues and our problems? Oh yeah, every country does, every nation does, everyone will. There's no perfect solution. On paper, can you write a perfect solution? Yeah. Reality is, you're not going to get it. One of the biggest naysayers or fallacies is, oh, if we just do this and let this take over, everybody will cooperate and this will all be you're never going to get everybody to cooperate. You have groups who will sound like they're cooperating, but they're all into it for themselves. I'm into it for myself. I will defend other people. I will do what I can for other people, but the reality is we are all in this for ourselves. But America, as a nation, is the first nation that sat there and said, we're going to choose to do this together as a group. We're not going to have a king. We're going to have an elected, representative, somebody who represents us. We're going to, with forethought and thinking, make a nation for everybody. And that dude, they're like, okay, it's changed now. I hate it when people go before the light. But I don't know, maybe I'm too patriotic, maybe I think too highly of what I've seen and what I know can be true. The problem is, of late, we've gone down rabbit holes that don't need to be gone down. We've seen leaders on both sides of the coin saying the other side's evil. Reality is, everybody wants and thinks they're doing the best job that's ever been done and the best thing for the country, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is, and other people don't see it. But we really need to think, and we really need to support our nation. Alright, I'll talk to you guys a little later. Thank you. Because for years, I used to just be, I'll ride once in a while. I really maybe was getting, a couple of thousand, nowhere near 10,000 a year. But I also lived really close to my works, and I didn't always have my own bike. Sometimes I had to beg, borrow, rent, etc. Reason why is, well, the military moved me around so much, I was like, yeah, this isn't great. And I started thinking, guy I knew in basic training, he was the senior drill instructor. We talked one night when I was doing staff duty, and he explained that most times he's got his bike. It makes it so much easier when you have your own bike and you're not having to rely on anything else. It really lets you relax and feel better. It helps you out with all kinds of things. So I was like, wow, that's a good idea. Maybe I will, get up and get my own bike. Because I hadn't had a good bike of my own at that point. I'd had a lot of used beaters. In most places overseas, that's what you end up with. But me and the wife were talking, I'm like, I want to get another bike. I want to get a new one. We were kind of tight on money. We were trying to buy our first home, and we're like, I can't afford the Harley I want. I've ridden Honda, I've ridden Triumph, I've rode everything else. So I went ahead and I got another Honda. It was a good bike. I put almost 100,000 miles on it. And we get up here and we're talking about it, and I had the last back surgery and my knees are giving issues, and they're talking about giving me another knee surgery. So I was like, maybe I should try something different. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's time to give up bikes. And she's like, well, let's try a trike. You've said you like them. I go, yeah, they look nice. They're fine. So we're down in Florida visiting friends, and I took one for a test drive. Came back up here, took one for a test drive, and told the lady, you know, I want one. I'm gonna buy one on this date. She laughed. She said, yeah, you came in here for a while looking at them. So I ended up buying one, and that was my first trike, and I've done almost 80,000 miles on trike since, and that's within a little over 4 years. They are great. Go and try one. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me. I've got 2 cameras going. This is going out to my watchers. Those who watch the watchers in the Sneaking Peaks. This is an early morning ride. This is my normal go to work ride. But we're going to be talking about some stuff today. I don't know how much you're going to like it or not. But I had somebody ask me recently, had nothing to do with the channel, but they had asked me what my favorite time in the military was. And I was like, my favorite base, no problem, I have that. My least favorite base, I have that. But favorite time? You mean favorite period of time? Or, like, no. You're in the military for, you know, more than a single tour. What time of day was your favorite? And I kind of laughed. I'm like, time of day? I have no idea what that means. But I started thinking, and a lot of times, especially when I was working a guard post or something, I preferred this time of day, the, you know, late night to early morning. I usually took over at about 10 p.m. and I'd be relieved at 8. Yeah, it's a 10-hour shift, but it was quiet, nobody bothered us. Technically, we're supposed to be relieved at 7.